Samsung's mid-year Unpacked event delivered 2 new foldable phones, and they certainly look a hell of a lot like their predecessors, with the Z Flip 4 rocking a familiar 2-tone clamshell form factor, a dual rear camera, and an external cover display. We were lucky enough to get an early hands-on session with the new devices, and so in this video we're going to tell you everything you need to know about the brand new Samsung Galaxy Flip 4 and give you some of our early impressions. Across both the Fold 4 and Flip 4, iterative refinement looks to be the name of the game, but that's especially true in regards to the Flip, which at a glance looks and handles almost identically to its predecessor. The Z Flip 4 is set to go on sale on September 2nd, and the price has taken a slight hike this year. No doubt that's driven by the global economic pressures and supply chain issues. Starting at just under $1,000 and maxing out at $1,180, it isn't a cheap phone, but then again, foldables never have been. Even so, the phone still looks to be the best value clamshell foldable on the market, despite that price bump. There's also a new higher storage variant this year, giving you up to half a terabyte of space, which wasn't on the table in the last generation of flip phones. From a distance, it's hard to tell the difference between the Flip 3 and Flip 4. It sports the same straight-sided look, with a black visor along the top edge of the back that plays host to 2 rear camera sensors and the external cover display, while the rest of the back is comprised of Gorilla Glass Victus, set against a complementary color-matched aluminium armor frame. Launch colors include graphite, pink gold, bora purple, and blue, as well as the ability to mix and match both back colors and frame finishes in certain markets, if you pick up the Bespoke Edition and are willing to spend just a little bit more cash on the device. Despite the same primary screen size as the Flip 3, Samsung has managed to make the Flip 4 smaller overall. When folding the phone closed, the logo engraved on the hinge doesn't protrude as much as it did on the last model, with a folded hinge height that's 1.5mm shorter thanks in part to those slimmer bezels. Side on, there's still a discernible gap to protect the point at which the screen creases in half, and so dust is still a risk with no certified protection against grit. However, IPX8 water resistance does return from last year's Flip and is still unbelievably impressive in an ever-growing market of rival foldables that still don't offer such protection. Like last year's model, you'll find a 6.7-inch Full HD Plus dynamic OLED panel when you open the Flip 4, which sports a pleasingly smooth 120Hz high refresh rate that can scale down to just 1Hz in certain situations in order to preserve battery life. Visual quality is great for the resolution, with the crease unseen when viewed head-on and barely felt under finger, making usability almost as accessible as on any conventional smartphone, albeit with a decisively unconventional 22:9 aspect ratio. That tall shape does ask for two-handed use from its users a little more often, but also lends itself particularly well to split-screen multitasking and enjoying ultra-widescreen gaming or video playback. That main screen also comes protected by a new version of Samsung's ultra-thin glass 2.0. The company claims that it's 20% stronger than before, but will need more testing time to confirm this. Samsung made the external cover display on the Flip 3 larger compared to its predecessor, and although the Z Flip 4 reportedly takes things even further, based on both the spec sheet and by eye, it looks like the same 1.9-inch Super AMOLED panel as before, with the same resolution and 60Hz refresh rate too. Samsung has definitely expanded the cover display's functionality, with theme matching when setting Galaxy themes on the main display, and a host of new and improved widgets like a SmartThings Smart Home Control Panel, Samsung Wallet access, expanded quick replies, plus more general quick settings. Flex mode makes a return too, letting you position the Flip 4's sturdy feeling hinge at multiple angles through its full range of motion in order to gain access to a number of split-screen experiences. You can expect a more familiar One UI software experience here too, underpinned by Android 12. The Galaxy App Store lives alongside the Google Play Store. Samsung Wallet exists in conjunction with Google Pay, and although some native Android 12 features persist, they play second fiddle to Samsung's specific implementation when it comes to UI layout and customization. Although the Flip focuses on compact portability, it doesn't skimp on performance, with Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 Silicon running the show. That's the same chipset that you'll find on the latest Android flagships, although the chipset comes twinned with a more modest than most 8GB of RAM. You won't find any of Samsung's own Exynos chips in its latest crop of foldables, meaning performance should be more consistent throughout, wherever in the world you happen to pick one up. When it comes to battery life, you'll find support for up to 25-watt charging, and wireless charging at up to 15 watts. The Flip 4 beats the battery capacity of its predecessor, boasting 3,700 milliamps, which should allow it to more confidently make it through the day. You'll find 3 cameras on the Z Flip 4, and at first blush, they look very familiar to those on the Flip 3. The display sports a centrally positioned 10-megapixel f2.4 punch-hole snapper, while the 2 sensors next to the cover display on the back are comprised of an OIS-supported main 12-megapixel f1.8 sensor and a 12-megapixel f2.2 ultra-wide. Our initial hands-on time with the Flip 4 didn't unearth any groundbreaking real-world improvements to picture quality, but we couldn't exactly stroll out the door of the company's press preview with the pre-release unit in our hands to test it out fully. We'll have a better idea come our full review though, so make sure you subscribe to TechRadar on YouTube and you won't miss out. Samsung promises brighter stills and videos from the main snapper, thanks to the larger pixels on that primary sensor, while the rest of the camera hardware appears unchanged. Both the optical image stabilization and video digital image stabilization have been improved, with the latter being particularly handy in light of the new FlexCam feature, designed to properly orientate the UI when holding the phone like a 90s camcorder. The cover display experience has been expanded, meaning you can jump through aspect ratios and grab quick shots, including portrait mode selfies, and start shooting video on the cover display while unfolding and switching to the main display without interrupting that video recording. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 looks and feels like its predecessor, but comes dressed with a smattering of small improvements that demonstrate Samsung's ability to listen to its users. While existing Z Flip 3 owners shouldn't feel too left behind based on the additions and enhancements that its successor offers, for anybody looking to make the move into the foldable future, even with the slight year-on-year price hike in some markets, the Z Flip 4 still looks to be the best current-gen clamshell foldable for the price. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the brand new Flip 4, or if the Fold 4 is more your style, then head over to the TechRadar YouTube channel where you can see our full video on that phone.